we're receiving new leads all the time. Again, since that footage was aired last night, we've received a lot of phone calls. Every single phone call has to be followed up on. So again, we continue to follow up on all leads and tips that we have.
Extraordinary breaking news. You saw the images of little Shaniya Davis being held by a man who admits that he kidnapped her, but won't talk about where she might be, who she might be with, or what fate she's dealing with at this point. You know, I do have to talk about Clarence Coe, because he's the mother's boyfriend who's been completely cleared. And Doug Burns, he's not a happy man tonight. We spoke to him. He feels he's really been treated unfairly. And I'm sure you as a defense attorney feel the same way.
Well, no. I mean, obviously anybody who's arrested and then immediately freed, of course, is going to be extremely upset. But, you know, as Gloria Allred's been saying, I mean, this is a bizarre family circle here of all kinds of interrelated actors. And, you know, it's very, very hard. It was very, very hard to determine who's doing what. But, of course, he's upset. And we'll see what happens, you know, in terms of any claim he might make.
Lillian Glass, did I hear you say or tell someone earlier that it's possible he could, well, maybe he could use this as a defense, that he was trying to protect the child, take the child out of a horrific existence?
That's a possibility, too. And when you look at the pictures initially, you see her hair is pulled back. She looks very, very well kept. But you see in this picture, the hair is disheveled. It's very wild. And you wonder, you know, was the mother tending to her? Were the family members taking care of her? And that speaks volumes, especially when you look at how well kept she was ahead of time.
Gloria Allred, are you inclined to believe that this man was trying to help her out?
N-O. I have no belief in that, because, look, if she was in some sort of abusive situation, and we don't have any information that would support that theory, but if she were, then the right thing to do would have been to call Child Protective Services, not to engage in some sort of act of self-help, taking her away and not providing any information to any of her relatives about where she was.
Cheryl McCollum, crime analyst, we were, you know, hashing this out today in the newsroom. I mean, what's the motive of taking a child for an hour to a hotel and then Lord knows what next? I mean, you know,
Pat, there's three motives for kidnapping a child. One is for ransom, one is to harm her, and one is to assault her and then turn her loose. So that would be like revenge. We're down to two here.
DSS was no stranger to this household. There have been custody issues that they have dealt with in this household from time to time. There at some point have been drugs found in this house.